this is my pick of the week. Pick of the week, DC book. You never thought you'd see it here. Don't tell Evan, my best friend, because he'll fucking kick my ass because I used to dog on Batman all the time.
I'm texting him right now.
This is my pick of the week. Quick synopsis. There's a lot of shit going on in this book. We've got something going on in the present. We got something going on in the future. And then we got something going on in the past. And we don't know where that, we don't actually, well, yeah.
Oh, God.
So the book opens with Bruce, a.k.a. Batman, has been captured by the Scarecrow. And that's clearly the present. And then
Oh, that was the future.
Well, I mean, it's the present.
Depending
on how you look at it. Either way.
Okay.
What did Jaden say? Jaden said, I love that. I got the stream an analyst on mine. So it says, love that they put Barbara back as the Oracle. I agree with you. And I don't even know I don't even have an extensive history on Barbara, but she totally fits.
Yeah.
But anyway, the book opens with Bruce, where he opened up in 106, which has been captured by the Scarecrow, and he's using all of his mind tricks to not succumb to the fear serum of the Scarecrow. And so we just get a little bit of a check-in on him there. He's still tied up in a gimp suit, basically being fucked with. And then we cut to, I guess, the present or the past. And we're seeing what led up to that. And so Batman is trying to figure out what the Scarecrow is doing. And the most interesting thing here is that the Scarecrow is not technically using his fear serum on people. He's genuinely using scare tactics on the city just after A-Day. So everybody's freaked out. Everybody in Gotham is already freaking out because of A-Day and what happened at Arkham, which was everyone got laugh-gassed there and died. And so he's playing off of that fear, but instead of continuing the chemical warfare, he's just throwing up regular old scarecrows all over the town, and people are losing their shit. The price for gas masks is flying through the roof because everyone thinks that they're gonna get gassed, so stock prices on gas masks are going up. You've got the mayor, who I believe was kidnapped by the Scarecrow. His desire to police the city without superheroes is being pushed further and further by the Scarecrow. And we also get, that's the main agenda of this book. And then we get little side players and their stories. So Harley Quinn is continuing to be a protege. And I put that in quotation marks because she's really kind of doing her own thing, but Batman's letting her do it. She's trying really hard to be a good guy, and she's 85% there, right? She just needs that extra percentage to be good, and she kind of loses it sometimes. And we get a really cool back and forth with her and trying to save somebody, but then she ends up just fucking losing it and beating the shit out of a cop, and so she needs to be saved. And Ghostmaker shows up and is like, "Hey, you need help," which I thought was really cool. And then
she's like, "What about my bike?"
Yeah, what about my bike? And he was like, "I'll buy you a new one." So my extensive knowledge on Ghostmaker is not good either. And Jacob was like, "Do I need to get you the trade of that?" And I was like, "Abso-fucking-lutely." And then, as Jaden has said, we get a back and forth with Batman and Oracle, and they're just trying to break down and figure out what Scarecrow is up to. What's the end game? And then at the end of the issue, we find out what the end game is, which is he is perpetuating fear into the city of Gotham to push Batman out of the city, so that the idea of the magistrate, which we learned about in the future state, wow, there's a lot going on there, will actually come with fruition. So what we're finding out is that the reason why the magistrate is established is because of Scarecrow. Scarecrow is the determining factor of why the magistrate shows up in the future. And he's technically working with the guy that had the idea for the magistrate. So that's where this issue ends. Or no, it doesn't end there. There's another group that is starting to pop up. Excuse me. And it's the Unsanity Collective. And so they're, I don't know what to equate them as, because they want to go back to a primal state where there is no insanity and no sanity at the same time. It's just like this perfect Zen moment, I guess you would say.
That's weird.
It is weird, and I think it's gonna, it's Tinian again. I've heard this from Jacob, is just constantly dropping these new ideas, and I don't think it's Tinian dropping new ideas to see what sticks. I think he has genuine plans for all of them, but in this one, it was just kind of like sprinkled in about this Unsociety collective. And the issue ends with a new character showing up, and his name is Match, and you pointed out he looks a lot like Commissioner Gordon. He's got like a Tron jacket suit on. I don't know. I'm excited to see who it is, and I'm just really wrapped up in Tinian's Batman, and I just feel like a complete piece of shit for not reading this, when Tinian really jumped on. I feel, and again, I mean, it happened before we even got into comics, but when I got into comics, I was like, I'm not going to read any Batman. I don't read DC. And now I'm like, I was so dumb. So dumb. So that's my synopsis. My analysis of the book, holy shit. Jimenez?
Oh, yeah.
You're fucking killing it, bro. Like, the artwork in this book, the covers on this book, holy shit, this is so good. I mean, this is the Daredevil of DC right now. Like, the Daredevil book and its artwork and writing is top notch. The Batman book here, the artwork and the writing on this book is fucking phenomenal. And then we get a Ghostmaker story at the end, which I actually enjoyed. It was out of control, absolutely bonkers, and it just makes me want to know about the character more. And I know that there are seasoned DC reviewer or readers that are probably watching the show right now that are going like, guys, you're so behind.
We're trying
so hard. Jaden says, yeah, I love his art. Dude, Jimenez's art is fucking on point. And the colors in this book, even better. Even better.
So good.
I'm all aboard this train. I'm so glad we started getting into DC. I haven't been disappointed yet, and I hope I don't regret to say that, but I haven't been disappointed yet. I have not. Do you have any thoughts about this book?
All of the above. Honestly, I need to go back and read this book again because I've been working too much, and every day I get home, I open up a book, and I get 2 or 3 books in, and then on the 4th book, I'm like... And unfortunately, this was a 4th book. This is a fall asleep book, and so I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Man, the pictures of this are really good. They're really good pictures." I read it, but I need to go back and read it again.
Yeah, you do.
In my, and this isn't necessarily like some people may say this is a critique, which is totally a valid point, but like, there's so much happening in this issue that like sometimes it can feel a little choppy. Now, we said the same thing about Vita Ayala's New Mutants book. Both of their books that have come out so far on New Mutants have been, it's just like, we got a lot going on. And it can feel kind of choppy at times, but with New Mutants, I'm so much more
in tune with the characters.
That I can follow everything super quick.
Gotcha.
Over here, I'm still not there. I'm not as trained, and so it's a little bit more bumpy for me. But there wasn't any point that I said this is boring. Like, I was like, whoa, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but this is intense. Again, and you're right. Jimenez's art is absolutely
so good.
Top tier.
Cannot wait for next month. I'm just gonna throw that out right now. Yes. I know we got Detective coming up, and that one's good too. But yeah.